Hello, welcome to this training program. We are starting this training program with Module 1, Introduction to Business and Entrepreneurship. So in this module, we'll look at business, we'll look at entrepreneurship, we'll look at who an entrepreneur is and the characteristics of an entrepreneur. Business is an organized effort of an individual to produce or sell goods or services with the aim of making profits. It involves activities like manufacturing, to retail, to services that you provide to people. Entrepreneurship is a process where you design, launch, and run a business venture in the form of a startup. So entrepreneurs are people who design a business venture, launch that business, and run that business for profit. Entrepreneurs take on financial risks with the hope of making profits. We have some concepts as far as business is concerned. We look at types of businesses. We are going to just focus on two here, where you can run the business as an entrepreneur, who owns the business and run the business alone, which we call the sole proprietorship. That means you are the sole owner of that business, or you are running the business in the form of a partnership. You partner with two or more persons to run that business. So in every business you have to engage in, you have to check whether you are going to run that business alone or you are going to partner with somebody for that business to succeed. Every business has a number of business functions. That is why we said entrepreneurial business is different from buy and sell. Because when you run here, buy here, go and sell here, go there, buy this and go and sell this, you don't follow a particular trend. But for a standard entrepreneurial business, you must have some basic business functions like marketing, where you have to promote and sell your product or services. You may have a wonderful product, but if you don't do marketing, if you don't promote your product, people will not know that you have that product and you will not sell, and so you won't make money. We also have business function like finance. You must look at how you can manage money, and that means you must learn about money. You must learn on how to do budgeting, how to do investment, and so on. There's business operation. That means day-to-day activities in the production of service or goods. For example, if you are running a university, so you are there every day to see how people are working, to see how things are going in order for that business to succeed. That's when we talk of business operation. That means day-to-day activities and follow-up. Then we have one most important business function is human resource. Every big company organization don't joke with human resource department. That means managing employees, recruiting them, training them if need be, and looking into their welfare to see that they work the money that you need. So entrepreneurs can make millions without having human resource. They must have people to work for them. That is why every bank has a bank manager. It is not the proprietor of that bank that come here and sit there and is working. So you employ people who work the money for you. Then for every business, there's what we call business environment. That means where you are operating the business, the surrounding of that place affect your business, either positively or negatively. We have the economic environment. That means influences such as economic growth, inflation, and interest rate can affect your business. If you are running a money business where you are doing savings and so on, know that you will be suffering from inflation. For example, if a recession takes place and there's decrease in consumer spending. That means those who are buying your goods, they are no longer buying the way they used to buy. It's obvious that it's going to affect your business negatively. So we check the business environment, the economic environment. Then we also have political and legal environment. That means government regulations and laws that can affect business operations. In our training program, this is one of the module that we are going to go in details on laws affecting business. So we'll go into detail of that when we reach to that module. Then we also have social and cultural environment that affect our businesses. Societal values. Everyday things changes. You may be producing goods that your competitor may produce advance of that goods. And so with the societal values, there may be a shift from consuming your goods to your competitors' goods. So you will have to see the need to change or to reposition. We also have cultural trend impacting consumers' behavior. Yes, in some cultures, there are some things you can't sell there. So you can open that kind of business in a kind of culture where they don't consume what you are offering there. For example, you can't be selling whiskey or beer in a Muslim community. So nobody will buy it. So these are environments that affect our business every day. Now, understanding what entrepreneurship is, an entrepreneur, we are going to look at characteristics of entrepreneurs. So what makes somebody an entrepreneur? To be an entrepreneur, you must be willing to take calculated risks. We stress calculated risks, not any kind of risks. It must be a calculated risk. That is why you must learn, you must study, you must go through mentorship and so on. So that when you are taking risks, you know exactly what you are doing. Innovation is another characteristic of an entrepreneur. You must be able to develop new ideas and solutions to problems. So, in the nutshell, for you to succeed in business, entrepreneur, you must identify a problem and then see how you can bring a solution to that problem. You don't create goods and services and then you are looking for the customers. No. You identify the needs of the customers and then you bring the needs to them. You identify a problem and then you bring solution to that problem. That is when you will have consumers of your goods or services. Entrepreneurs have the characteristics of having a vision. They have a clear vision of what they want to achieve. For example, you see Amazon, Alibaba, and so on. These are the world's most customer-centric companies now. Because when they were starting, they look at the vision. They struggle for years without making any money. But they had the vision that with time, they are going to make it. And now they are making it big. We can see how much Elon Musk has worked to be able to come out with electric vehicles with the Tesla company. But from the beginning, it was not an easy thing, to an extent that so many companies mocked him. Some of his workers, they left. He bent the collar of his shirt and he entered the garage and he started working. And today, everybody celebrates him. So you must have vision. Then we have resilience. That means capacity, your capacity to go through challenges and setbacks. That is a characteristic of an entrepreneur. He is not afraid of challenges. He sees challenges as a stepping stone. And with that, he knows that he is going to overcome and he is going to succeed. We have the process an entrepreneur undertakes. So when we talk of entrepreneurship, it's a process. So this is a process that the entrepreneur undertake in a business venture to succeed. The first is identifying the opportunity. So you must be able to recognize a gap in the marketplace or the unmet needs of the people. For example, you could have a technology entrepreneur who noticed a lack in online learning platform, and then he came out to create an e-learning solution for that. Like this platform you are learning there now is a solution to joblessness to people, and a solution to the inability of people to gather from various ends together. So with this platform, people can learn wherever they are in the world. That is a solution to a problem. After identifying this opportunity, you need to develop a business plan. You can't run a business aiming to succeed without a business plan. You must create a roadmap. You must outline objectives, and you must come up with strategies and do financial forecasts how you are going to run that business. You don't start a business without a plan. You must have a plan. After developing a plan and you are ready to move, that is when you secure funding. You need to acquire resources that you need to start and grow this business. We have three forms of resources. We have financial resources, which is the most needed and most important. We have material resources, then we have human resources. You must put now these three together before you can start that business. For example, you could be running or you own a restaurant. You develop a business plan for a restaurant. Now you get loan from a bank or you get loan from other business partners and you start the business. Then now once you secure your funding, you need to launch now the operation. So you bring the business down to the marketplace and then you start doing daily management. If you are producing goods, you start production and sending to the market. If you are producing services, you start a service to the client, to the community that you design that business for, because every business has a consumer. So you must also focus on identifying the consumers of your business or your product or your services. One thing that characterizes most entrepreneurs are challenges. Any real businessman must tell you that you must go through challenges. You must fail and fail over and over. But one thing is sure, he doesn't give up until he make it, because he know in him that he's going to make it. So he doesn't give up. He follow up until he get it to the end. We have some of the challenges like financial management. It's always very challenging for a startup to be able to manage finances, to be able to get adequate funding, to be able to manage cash flow and so on. You may have an entrepreneur struggling to balance expenses with his income during the startup, because during that startup you are putting in funding but you are not getting anything out of it. So you are struggling to see how you can balance your expenses and cash flow. There's market competition. It's always a challenge to stand out of the crowd in the marketplace, to be able to have a unique product that you will overcome the stiff competition in that sector. For example, you have a small restaurant in an area where you have big restaurants. So you are going to face that challenge for a very long time before you rise to the level where you will gain customers' interest. You will gain customers' confidence before you will be able to have a stable flow of customers that they will be coming to benefit from your own products. Then there's also another challenge of scaling up. You are running a small business, now you need to scale it up to a very big business. You have issue with finance, you have issue with space and so on. So you must work that out. These are challenges you will go through. You could have a small restaurant and you are looking for expansion or multiplying different branches in different parts of the city. So it's also a challenge that you must really work on to succeed. Business and entrepreneurship is very important. Why? For economic growth. because the business will create jobs. They are going to contribute to economic development. Every registered business pay tax, so that tax contribute to the government finance, and then that's what they use to develop the community, to develop the city. So it increase economic growth. Now creating jobs also provide income for those who are working for that company. Then there's innovation. So entrepreneurship drives innovations, because through that it brings new ideas and new technology to the market. If you look well, you will see that majority of the technologies we have in the market, or the new ideas that come that is now driving development, making things happening, they are coming from entrepreneurial ideas. They are ideas, business ideas from entrepreneurs. For example, you could have an entrepreneur introducing a groundbreaking app that may change how things operate. We have the most recent one, the guy in Zimbabwe, Maxwell, who has developed a technology that you will not bother about petrol, you will not bother about electricity to run your car. So you have no business with filling station. These are importance of entrepreneurship, importance of business, because it builds your mind and you can develop ideas that makes things happen. Then also community impact. Local businesses support the community because the business provides services to that community and also contribute to local economy of that community. For example, if you own a grocery shop in the community, so you provide them with the services. You also provide the community members with resources, or you furnish them with finance by buying their local produce. If you buy from them and then you repackage and sell, so they also benefit. So when the business is in a community, the people in that community, they also benefit. We talk of entrepreneurial mindset. Entrepreneurial mindset is a way of thinking. It is not a particular thing, it's just a way of thinking. The way we can think, the way an individual can think in the way that he can identify opportunities. A way of thinking that an individual can take calculated risks and innovations in order to create value. So we have a number of characteristics of somebody with an entrepreneurial mindset. The first one is recognizing opportunities. If you are able to spot and assess new opportunities with the willingness to explore new areas, that is when you come out with something new that nobody has seen before. That's the mindset. When you are always trying to get something new, trying to discover something new, that's the mindset of entrepreneurs. Risk tolerance. Entrepreneurs are comfortable with risks. With the entrepreneurial mindset, you see risks or you see challenges as an opportunity to move to another level. Entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset that you can fail and get up and fail and get up and fail until you make it. So after each failure, after every failure, you learn from that failure and you move on. You learn from every failure and you move on. You learn from every failure and you move on. So you persist in overcoming challenges. Creativity and innovation. Entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset that you are open to new ideas and approach. their ability to think outside the box and develop new ideas, new solutions to problems. You must be ready to learn. That is why when you attend big business conferences, you see some great entrepreneurs coming there to attend the conference. They want to get knowledge to add to what they already have, to see that they can increase their creative mindset, their innovative mindsets. For example, when I started with honey production, I used to throw the cone after I extract the honey. But now with attending conferences, connecting to those who have gone ahead, I discovered that I was losing money, huge amount of money. It's from there that I noticed that from that waste I could extract beeswax, and from that waste I could produce honey wine and so on. And now things are changing. Innovation is coming on every day and every day. As an entrepreneur or somebody with entrepreneurial mindset, they must be goal oriented. They must be able to set clear goals that they can achieve, and then they work strategically towards them. It's not just about setting goals. You must be able to work strategically towards that goal. If you can't work towards the goal, you won't succeed, because setting goals is one thing and taking action is another thing. You must be committed to continuous improvement and growth. That means you have to continue learning, continue innovating, continue developing new ideas and so on, if you must succeed. Adaptability. Entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset to be able to change and adapt to situations. You must be able to change your ideas based on market feedback or new information. You see, these days you discover that the biscuit sold in the market, the cube of that biscuit is smaller than what it used to be. Why? It's because of the feedback from the market. Raw materials to produce the biscuits, they are so expensive. There's increase in tax and so on. Now, how do the companies succeed? You have to reposition, you have to adapt to that change, you have to be flexible to adjust and produce new molds of shapes with reduced sizes in order to fit in your profits, without which your company will close down, because you will discover that your cash flow is negative. You produce at a higher cost and sell at a lesser cost, and so your profit margin will be negative. You will run into debt, you will not be able to pay workers, and eventually you are going to close the company. That is why so many companies have been closed down already. Or you go bankrupt and another company come and buy you off, and then you go out of business, from a CEO to a worker. Entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset of networking and collaboration, looking to network with other entrepreneurs, looking for mentorship, trying to have people who have gone ahead in business to mentor you, to guide you, even at the cost of payment as a fee to do that. Connecting with industry experts and so on. So with that mindset, you know that you can't succeed alone. But somebody who is not having that kind of mindset, he knows that he can succeed alone. But with entrepreneurial mindset, you know you can't succeed alone. You need people. Even your workers are the most important people that you need. Customer focus. You must be customer focused. With the entrepreneurial mindset, it's not about you. If that business must succeed, it's about the customers. Because you need their money and they need their products. So you must find a way for them to get their products. Because if they eventually get your product, you will eventually collect their money. Your money is in their pockets. So you must be able to keep them, you must be able to treat them well in order to collect your money from their pocket. Every money that we need, they are inside people's pockets. You don't need to. You just need to provide what that person need, and then the person will give you back the money that you need. So every producer see anybody or any customer as owing him. That customer is owing you money. So give that customer a product, give that customer a service, and the person will release your money to you. Financial literacy is another mindset of entrepreneurs. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you must learn about money. You must understand the principles of finance. You must know how to manage money effectively. You must know how to do budgeting, to do forecasting and investment. And that is why we said before you start the business, you must prepare a business plan. Because in the business plan, you must prepare a budget whether you like it or not. You must do a forecasting and so on before you start the business. So somebody with entrepreneurial mindset is that one that will always be wanting to learn about money, read this, read books and so on, follow up how the economy is operating and so on. Vision and leadership is another one. Having a clear vision for the future and also inspiring others to buy that your vision. If your workers can buy your vision, they will not serve you well. So the people you are working with must buy your vision. They take the vision like their own and then they work with the same kind of mind that you are working. That is when you can succeed. You lead by example. And also you foster collaboration or collaborative team culture. You try to always guide everyone to operate as a team, remembering that you can't succeed alone. And when you put the team together, they will work well and you will benefit. That is why great business people, they don't bother. They just need to get people, they move around and collect professionals, put them together, pay them well, and then they produce the millions and give to them. While you are there struggling to get salary, he's flying from one country to another and enjoying, creating more connection, making more money. So, cultivating an entrepreneurial mindset can lead to greater innovation. You are able to adapt and you are able to succeed in various endeavors in any kind of business you engage in. Whether you are starting a business, whether you are driving a change within an organization and so on. If you grow the entrepreneurial mindset, you will succeed in every sector, in everything you are doing. Because in everything you are doing, you are looking at making a profit. And with that mindset, you will see everything you are doing as a business. And so you must be ready to do it well, the way that it can generate something. Whether it's generating the profit for you or for another person. But it's going to make you to be very effective. So with that, I'm sure your mind is going to be tuned up. Go through this model over and over until it becomes part of you. Chew it, transfer it, own it, let it be part of you, become it. I've become it, that is why I can give it out. So you must become it so that you can also give it out, you can also transform it into products and services and so on. So that is why this program, this training program, is not a regular school program that you end up with certificate to go and have a job. No. We are not training job seekers. We are training business people, entrepreneurs, people that will be making millions in few months, few years to come, based on how you work and the kind of business you engage in. Thank you. If you have any question once as you are going through the course, you write in the comment area or you get back to the WhatsApp group and you ask a question and we are going to answer you and we move together. Just a reminder, you are not just learning to go. It is a collaborative thing. We are training you to mentor you, to see that you succeed in any business that you engage in. So don't come and study, then you go and start looking for a job. No. It's a build-up process for all of us. Thank you. I hope to see you in the next module.